Idioms, Expressions, Sayings, and Slang, Class 1, Verbal Practice and Understanding, based on the book Idioms, Expressions, Sayings, and Slang, Part 1, by Elizabeth McLean, Ravencroft Graphics and Fine Art, www.ravencroftgraphics3d.com, copyright 2014 to 2018, Ravencroft Graphics and Fine Art. Welcome to the class, and we are glad you could join us. My name is Elizabeth McLean, and I will be your instructor today. I am the owner and operator of Ravencroft Graphics and Fine Art based in Japan, and I teach English as a second language as well as art classes, among other classes, to my students here in Japan. Our course goals for this class are to get to learn a little bit about English conversation and some of the little words and sentences that make no sense but really actually do have a meaning. When I say make no sense, when somebody says it's raining cats and dogs, we don't typically think of rain and cats and dogs being in the same sentence. What it means is that it's raining very heavily. The English language is littered with idioms, expressions, sayings, and slang, and it's how we use words to express feelings, ideas, and meanings. It brings attention and a little bit of fun to conversation. The resources that you're going to need for this class are the book Idioms, Expressions, Sayings, and Slang, Part 1 by Elizabeth McLean. You can order this book from any bookstore, retail, or university, online from any of Amazon.com's websites, or from CreateSpace.com by using this book's unique ISBN number noted below. You will also need a pen and notebook to take notes in. I highly encourage you to take notes in the book, in your notebook. This is the best way to write notes to help you remember these words. You also are going to need a computer or laptop, tablet, or other device which has a sound card to hear these classes. The information on slides 2 through 6 are only available on Class 1's video, so please refer back to Class 1 to review information. The best way to do this is to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and this way it will be in your history. To get the full functionality of this online course, it is recommended that you join the course online through our school site at https://www.rcampus.com/Liz McLean. You will need to contact us first at www.ravenfix3d.com to sign up for and be added into the class. Some points and tips to remember. Do only 1 to 2 pages at a time. Doing more than 2 pages a week will not allow you to fully absorb the meanings and nuances of each saying, expression, or slang word. You don't have to read the entire book all at once. Which brings me to my next suggestion. For each item, keep a separate notebook and write your own sentence examples for each. Completely different than the examples I give you. Try to do 2 or 3 for each one. Have a native English speaker check your example sentences and correct them. Ask for more explanation if needed. Try to start using the terms and expressions you learn in your everyday conversations, and try to practice your English as much as possible with others. If you are an independent learner and cannot make it to classes and would like to have us review your work and help, contact us for more information. ravencroftgraphics.japan@gmail.com, or contact us through our website Contact Us page at www.ravencroftgraphics3d.com. Make copies of the tests in the back of the book. Every 10 pages or so, try to do one of your test copies without looking back at the book. When you are done with a test copy, go back and check yourself against the meanings given. Then move on to the next group of pages and repeat the test copy again plus the next test copy. Continue to do this until you have completed all the pages and tests and feel comfortable with understanding them. Then move on to the next book in the series. Included in this book is an extensive list of idioms, sayings, expressions, and slang, along with many worksheet pages for you to do self-checks on your progress and test yourself. I encourage you to write in your book, take notes, and utilize the worksheets and self-tests. I always tell my students to write the Japanese version of difficult words above the English words, and to write in Japanese under the word how the word sounds. This works with memory retention and can be used in any language to use this book. What is an idiom, expression, saying, or slang word or term? They are alternate and colorful ways of saying sometimes boring information. It adds something interesting to a conversation. It also catches attention and makes people think about what you are saying. Example: When the new product launch party was announced, it was all hands on deck to prepare for hundreds of guests. We don't mean that there were literally hundreds of hands all over a deck. What we mean is everybody was available to help, to prepare for all of the guests. Note, it's a good idea to mark the term if it's a positive or negative saying or term, so that when you hear it in conversation, you will be better able to understand the context in which it is being used. Context in the English language is extremely important, and it's sometimes lost during translation. What one person says might actually mean the exact opposite depending on how they say it. So context in English is very important. A simple plus sign for a positive one or a negative sign will work well. How we will work through this book. Each video will cover 2 pages of the book, starting at the beginning. Every 4 classes, there is a quiz listed in the back of the book. When it's time for that quiz, try not to look at the textbook. The answers will be given in the beginning of the next video. See example to the right. Class 1, pages 1 and 2, no quiz. Class 2, pages 3 and 4, no quiz. Class 3, pages 5 and 6, no quiz. Class 4, pages 7 and 8, yes quiz. To get the full functionality of this online course, it is recommended that you join the course online through our school site at https://www.ourcampus.com/Liz McLean. You will need to contact us first at www.ravencroftgraphics3d.com to sign up for and be added into the class. Before we begin, make sure you are ready to go. I will speak clearly, but if there are any words that you do not know, write them down in your notebook to look up in a dictionary later on. I suggest you pause the video and do this before moving on. To get used to hearing how words sound, practice saying it out loud with me. Stop the video, go back, and replay the section you want to hear again, as many times as you need to. I suggest you also write how the word sounds in your native language underneath the English word. Lastly, I highly suggest that after you finish this video, you write your own original sentences using the idiom, expression, saying, or slang pieces you just learned. I will go into further detail on some of them, using other examples to give you a clearer understanding. If you are using the online course through https://www.ourcampus.com/LizMcLean, which we recommend, you will be able to submit your sentences and questions directly to me, your instructor, and receive feedback as well as access to additional handouts, information, and exercises. Let's begin. A breeze. To say that something is a breeze means that it is very easy or that everything went smoothly. The test was a breeze. It took me 15 minutes to finish it. This is a positive statement. An abbreviated piece of nothing. This slang expression refers to someone who is considered to be insignificant or worthless. Sue doesn't think very much of her sister's husband. She calls him an abbreviated piece of nothing all the time. This is a negative term. To the best of one's ability. When someone does something to the best of their ability, they do it as well as they possibly can. I was uneasy all through the exam, but I answered the questions to the best of my ability. This is a positive statement. About turn or about face. This term refers to a complete change of opinion or policy. This could be negative or positive. This actually depends on whether you change and your attitude becomes negative or positive. You could say, I had an about turn and decided I was no longer going to help homeless people. That would be negative. Now, if you went the other direction, yes, did an about turn and I decided that I was going to start helping the homeless people. That would make it positive. This term is neutral. Our example, the president's recent statements seem to show an about face on immigration. This statement is neutral. It depends on whether he has a negative view now or a positive view now. Above and beyond the call of duty. If a person does something which is above and beyond the call of duty, they show a greater degree of courage or effort than is required or expected in their job. The officer was recognized for his actions helping the man buy food which went above and beyond the call of duty. You will typically see this applied to anybody in emergency services such as firemen, policemen, paramedics, EMTs, military personnel, anybody basically doing something to help somebody else out. You can have this in a normal everyday job as well. This just means you did more than was expected of you in your job. This is positive. Above board. If a situation or business is described as above board, it is open, honest, and legal. This means that there are no hidden agendas. Everything that you see in your file, on the table, in the deal or contract is honest, legal, open, and there. There is nothing hidden. This is positive. Our example: there are never any secret negotiations or backroom deals. Our contracts have always been above board. More by accident than by design. Something that happens more by accident than by design is done without deliberate intention. I became a chef more by accident than design. Everyone loved my cooking so much they kept asking me to cook for them. This is neutral. It just means that whatever you did was by accident. You did not deliberately intend to do it. So it really depends on the action and the outcome. Accidentally on purpose. If you do something intentionally but pretend it was an accident, you do it accidentally on purpose. I accidentally on purpose deleted his email so I wouldn't have to respond back to him again. Again, this is something that you do on purpose and then say, oops, it must have been an accident. So this also is neutral. This depends on the end result. In our example's case, it would be negative because somebody didn't want to discuss something with someone else, so they just deleted their email and said, I'm sorry, I must have deleted your email. I didn't mean to. So again, neutral. Depends on the result and the intention behind it. An accomplished fact, also known as fait accompli, something that has been done or completed before those affected by it can intervene or change it, is called an accomplished fact. I emailed her and told her I was going to order the concert tickets, and then I bought them. But she responded back later, saying she couldn't go that day. I tried to explain to her it was fait accompli, but she still said she wouldn't go. This is technically neutral. It does mean that yes, you did something that could affect other people before they were able to step in and say, no, wait, stop. But it could also mean it in a positive way. If you decided you were going to take your wife on a vacation and made all the plans, booked the hotel, the plane ticket, everything, and then told her about it and she said, no, 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 why don't we just stay home? You can tell her it's fait accompli. It's already done. In this case, you're going on vacation. So in that case, it's positive. But now if I go out and I buy a motorcycle and I just turned 16, I just got my license, and I bring it home, park it in the driveway, and my parents come out and they're like, oh my God, you're gonna die on that motorcycle. Bring it back to the dealership. And you say, it's fait accompli. It was a cash sale. There's no returns allowed. I'm sorry. That would be negative. So again, it depends on the situation. You have reached the end of Class 1 of Idioms, Expressions, Sayings, and Slang, Part 1. This last slide is a slide showing our currently published grammar books. Any of these can be ordered from any bookstore, both retail and university, or online from any of Amazon.com's websites worldwide, or createspace.com. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next class. You have reached the end of Class 1 of Idioms, Expressions, Sayings, and Slang, Part 1. This last slide is a